The situation with him and Ryan Garcia.
Alright, fellas,
Yeah, the situation with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. After the fight, I ain't heard nothing from bruh. Like, and I'm not big on boxing, but where you go, dog? It seemed like you got knocked out and you just vanished off the face of the earth. Like, you done lost a fight in you or what? But we about to get to the bottom of this. And yeah, let's lock in, gang. Let's go.
Alright fellas, we gotta talk about Devin Haney. It's been months since the Ryan fight and still Haney is hiding in the shadows. As he waits, the 140-pound division is changing rapidly, and not in a way which really benefits him. His path back to a world title seems to be getting more and more challenging by the minute, and him waiting on the sidelines isn't going to change that. So, what paths can he exactly take following his last horrific fight? And could he actually make a comeback to the level he was previously at? Now we all know what happened against Ryan, the controversies, that horrific performance.
You know what? Let me give an observation. Think about Devin Haney. He was undefeated, right? This is what happened when people are undefeated. I watch it happen with Ronda Rousey. When people are undefeated and they finally get that first loss, they're very great winners, but they're horrible losers. When they get that first loss, dog, they lose all confidence. They become a mediocre fighter. They ride that wave of knowing that, like, people fear them. They're unstoppable. They're unbeatable. Not one person has beat them yet. So when they lose, the hardest part is being able to come back after losing. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying, with his situation, he can give the excuse, blah, 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 was on steroids, blah, 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 was on blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, you still look very human in the ring with him. So we about to see if that matches up with whoever's doing this video. Luis, I think it's Luis. Whoever's doing this video's analysis.
And all for this to end up with the bout being overturned. But let's be honest, by the time it was overturned, the damage was already done. This one loss has left him in a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah.
People complain over criticism about one loss.
Hold up, 1 second. Let me see who this is. No. Cloister. I don't know how to say your name. Cloister? I don't know. GG's.
Comparing it to the MMA world where a loss means a lot less.
Yeah.
And yes, that mentality can carry over into boxing, but in the case of Devin Haney, there is a good chance that this loss could mark the beginning of the end. And why is that the case?
Ooh,
well, that loss
GG's.
really showed what Devin Haney's biggest weakness is. And that is facing opposition that's actually his size. Ryan was the biggest size-wise opponent.
Aha! He's got an issue. I'm guessing the people that got linked like he does, he has a hard time with. And that's the problem for a lot of people, you know. A lot of fighters, you know. They're very big for their weight class until they fight somebody that's just as big as them. That happened with John Jones and Alexander Gustafsson. When they fought each other, or Alex Pereira, they're about the same size, so it's going to be a complex and very technical fight between them, considering they're almost the same size, you know. And I'm guessing this was going on right here.
Haney has ever versed. Although Ryan did weigh in heavy at the weigh-ins, the two on fight night were still probably about the same size. But hey, being the bigger man is how Haney found so much success in the lightweight division, fighting against smaller body opponents whilst rehydrating to a significantly heavier weight. Opponents like Kambosos look tiny compared to Haney, and yes, many boxers do this. And in not many cases do you have state athletic commissions going, hey, you hydrated way too much, and that's probably in violation of commission rules. For example, the California State Athletic Commission doesn't allow fighters to rehydrate more than 15% on fight night, and for most fighters, they won't really get too close to that. Yet Haney against Prograis allegedly managed to weigh in on fight night at 165 pounds for a 140 pound fight, 18% heavier than the limit, which is a clear violation of the rules. Yet this fight somehow never got cancelled. It's all a bit of food for thought really, especially interesting when considering his weight related complaints.
I see it. He's usually the longer fighter, longer arm, longer wingspan, longer steps, you know, okay.
That last Garcia bout. But weight isn't the only thing which has enabled Haney's success. He also is an incredibly skilled boxer. Skills wise, he is in the elite of the division. You have to give him his flowers. Yet when faced with decent power and sharp counters and an opponent at about the same weight as him, it's clear that's where he struggles. But say even when he versed Lomachenko, Loma's one of the smaller bodies at lightweight, but he still put a beating on Haney. With most of the shots Loma was throwing, Haney would end up blocking with his face. And those shots hurt Haney at that light weight. So you
he got him doing the Roy. Hold up.
And although Haney's very skilled, it's Haney at that light.
Hold up. Y'all remember they did? Roy, stop. Roy, stop. You know, that's how he do his Roy. He doing the Roy out there, boy.
At weight. So you go up in weight, and although Haney's very skilled, it's clear to see where he runs into trouble. And that's why I don't think we've seen him rush back into the ring. They're now in a position where they're either going to cherry pick to the extreme, or really cash in on a big money fight. They weren't even bothered to keep a hold of their WBC 140-pound strap by fighting the mandatory. Although that could probably be put down to just simply that they weren't going to earn much money, at least in comparison to the fight they just had. In terms of cherry pick fights, they're probably hoping that someone will offer them money to fight a no-name. Yet it's
boxing's been a lot about just money. You know, basketball is getting like that. I watched a video on that. I actually deleted it because my energy was just not there. I was very stuffed up. I'm still a little stuffed up, but my energy wasn't there. While basketball is dying, it's all about money, man. It's all about the league sees it as a cash grab, and the fighters and the players see it as a cash grab. Same thing with boxing. That's why boxing has died. Once people see it's a lot of money in it, and that's why I think it's happening with the UFC. But that takes the pride. Money takes the passion out of everything, bro. I'm gonna be real with you, cuz. Money takes the passion out of everything. It's very hard to stay passionate when you're making this much money and you can, bro, I'm not doing this unless I'm making 50 billion. You know what I'm saying? So that takes the passion out of everything. Money is the key to ruining everything. A lot of times, you know.
Clear that Haney just doesn't have the market value they think he has. He was unable to command a check against his mandatory, and that's why they ended up pulling out. I don't know if he's waiting for the Saudis to offer him a check, but it looks like that ain't happening anytime soon. But to me, even the lower end of the top 10 140-pound division is still dangerous. I think Haney wants to avoid a lot of the lower 10 sort of fighters. A lot of them have a lot still to prove, and a lot of them are heavy punchers. So if he did end up fighting a cherry pick, it would have to be somebody super obscure. They could follow in the footsteps of Teo and pull out somebody like a Steve Claggett to fight. I think that's pretty much what we're going to see if he chooses a cherry pick. But the one thing I think is clear is that the Haneys don't really care about world titles anymore.
Nah.
As said earlier, they showed that by ducking their WBC mandatory. They would realize in order to get paid what they want and get that respect that they need, they will have to verse a big name, and that's been the source of most of the recent rumors. The main rumor which has been going around recently is Haney fighting Teofimo Lopez. This was rumoured to be on a Riyadh season card, yet seems not to be happening, with Haney's side claiming that Teo ducked the fight. This would be a great fight, and I would have loved
it. You know, a lot of fights have not come to fruition because of money, though. Like negotiations, like purse splits. Bro, just get in there and throw them hands, cuz. Do it for the culture, dog. Everybody millionaires. Do it for the culture, man. I get they trying to make it their last fight, though. I mean, but it is what it is. Like I said, if I was in boxing, I'd probably be the same way. So I can't say nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Build up. But as of now, Teo is training with Reynoso and seems to be not losing his mind for once. And that might be too much of a challenge for Haney straight off a lengthy break. If Haney's going to stay at 140, I would want to see him face off ideally against a Liam Paro or a Jack Catterall. They're both smaller body 140 pounders, but they're both smart fighters. And it would be a good test to see if Haney can switch back into form, or will he end up going out like Tim Tszyu? Can he get over that Garcia loss and get back to his winning ways, or will he not be the same fighter he once was?
It'd be like that.
While also a win against either would cement his position back in the division, showing that he still has it against a solid competitor. If I was advising him, what I really wouldn't want to see next is him move up again to 147. It is a weaker division, which is of course a plus, with Jaron Ennis obviously being the toughest fight.
So he must be he looks bigger than he is, though. Like, he look like he fighting 165, be honest with you, 165, 175, which ain't big compared to like men that walk. Let me say this. American men think normal sized people are little. 165, 175, 185 is a nice size of a boxer or a fighter. People will say, "Oh, that's little. Everybody supposed to be at least 200." Bro, not everybody's 6'3", bro. Not everybody's 6 foot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't be touching 200 pounds unless you're at least about 5'11", 6 foot, 6'1", 6'2". You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, these are athletes at the top tier, and they're not that damn weight. So, just think about that, man.
Right. But with Haney struggling against bigger fighters, moving up again might not be the best move, with the likes of Stanionis, Barrios, or even Big Karen potentially giving him trouble. A fight against Ben could make a lot of money, but if he somehow lost, it would be genuinely career-ending. Of course, they could just be waiting for the Ryan Garcia rematch, although I think this is unlikely.
Yeah, probably so.
Maybe the Haney camp thinks they can get...
Did Ryan Garcia get banned? Or something like... He went through something like I think he got banned or something like that. But who would like to see the Ryan Garcia Devin Haney too, though? Drop that in the comments, dog. Drop that in the comments. Who you think can take it? Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney 2.
Get back. I guess this is the main way to silence all the haters. Beating Garcia in dramatic fashion would get them right back on the track and would lead to a trilogy fight. If they want to take a tough fight, this might be the one to take. They will get paid, and if they win, they'll get the respect back they so deserve.
Whoa, look at the teeth, though. Okay. That's kind of fly, cuz. You got veneers for sure. Teeth look faggy.
Want. Yet there's of course quite a few months until that could be a possibility, as Ryan's got to serve out his ban. And
Ryan he is banned, see? He is banned. I thought he was banned. See, I kind of know what be going on a little bit. You know what I mean?
As it gets, so nothing would be really guaranteed. And in today's world of boxing, surely still one of them will want a warm-up fight. But somehow maybe the stars could align and we could see the rematch. Which, let's be honest, we all want to see. The bottom line is I just want to see him back in the ring as soon as possible. The longer he waits, the bigger of a challenge it will be to come back.
That's facts.
Hopefully he gets back to business soon.
That's
and we
facts.
see him back in the ring sooner rather than later.
Hopefully.
But either way, his comeback's gonna be tough. Yet I guess only time will tell to see if he truly has what propelled him to the top still in him. Now let me know how you see Haney making a comeback. Who do you see it against and how do you think it will go down? Let me know all your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed though, please consider liking and subscribing, it does a ton to help the channel. Anyways, thanks for watching fellas, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Hey, appreciate you. Who this is? Cloister? I get this how you say it. I appreciate you, my boy. Make sure you check out his content if you want to stay more in the boxing loop. But let's see what else I got lined up for myself.